I hope that you've had a good week so far, and you might be wondering why on earth that it is that I'm popping up on your screen halfway through the week. Well, really, just way to encourage you and say I hope that you are knowing God's blessing and His favour this week as you do whatever you do, whether it's at your workplace or at home or whatever it might be, that you're knowing the presence of God with you and His grace and His love being poured out into your life. And I wanted just to reacquaint ourselves with our vision and our purpose of why we're here. Now I know that I'm yet to put that down on paper and put stuff on the website for you to refresh your mind constantly about. But I wanted to keep it really simple, and I just wanted to say, look, it's based on what I believe that God is laying and speaking into my heart, and what I've shared with the leaders of the church. This verse based in Jeremiah 29, and it's in verse 7, and it says, "Seek the welfare of the town to which I, the Lord, have carried you into exile. Pray for it in its behalf, and if in its welfare you will find your welfare." Now, I believe that God is calling us not to service our own needs and our own wants primarily, and now there is part of that in which we do that already with the pastorates, the small groups, the Sunday meetings, the youth and children's activities, the prayer meetings, the Voice of Hope, the luncheon. There's loads of stuff that goes on in terms of being able to connect with one another as church and support one another, which is really important, which is vital. But God is also, I believe, calling us to get outside of the four walls and treat your workplace as a mission field, to treat whatever it is we do outside of these as being on mission, as being His ambassador, called to make a difference and see people's lives transformed. Now, part of that, I think, as a church, that God is calling us to seek the welfare of this town over and above anything else. So whether it's with the food bank, or whether it's with the street clean that we did recently, whether it's starting recovery programs, debt counselling advice, and budgeting courses, parenting courses, marriage courses, all of that kind of stuff that says is not primarily for us but for the town in which we live. Wouldn't it be great if God used us as a catalyst to see transformation in this town, people knowing and receiving the love of God, because we got outside of the four walls, we got outside of off our seats, outside of our comfort zones, and said, we want to bless you, we want to help you, we want to see God's grace and mercy poured out into your life. I just think that's exciting and amazing that God wants to use us to see this town transformed, and I believe it. I believe it. I believe God wants to use you, and He wants to use me to see this place transformed. So what about it? Are you up for it? Are you willing to get involved? Are you willing to sacrifice time and energy and money and all of that to see the purposes of God fulfilled in our town? Wouldn't it be great if we were a part of seeing West Bromwich transformed? Now, I know that regeneration is taking place in the physical, but what about the spiritual? The renewal of people's lives, the restoration of relationship with God in which they were intended to be. Now, the reality of it is, regeneration will only truly come in its truest sense when the church, that's you and me, start getting a hold of what God is calling us to do, and see this nation and this town transformed with the message of Jesus. What about that? What about the fact that God wants to use you and me today, in the here and now, to see this place transformed? I can't wait, and I look forward to what God is going to do. I give thanks for what He's done and what He's doing and what has taken place in the last 18 months. But I look forward to what God is going to do in and through West Bromwich Community Church. May God bless you. May He keep you. May His face shine upon you. May you know His richest blessing in all that you do. And I really look forward to seeing you on Sunday as you come and gather together with the rest of God's people here at West Bromwich Community Church, which is your church. which is part of your community. That's why you're getting this video cast. May God bless you.